complete the multiple bar chart? You have sent me. Yes. Okay. Yes. Multiple bar chart. Okay. So 2005 කියලා කියන wording එක, it should be in between those two stumps or the bars. අර bar දෙකේ යට තමයි 2005 කියලා කියන එක තියෙන්න ඕන. දැන් මෙතන 2005 කියලා කියන එක එළියෙන් ඇඳිලා bars දෙක වෙනමමනේ තියෙන්නේ. එහෙම නෙමෙයි. ඒ bars දෙක relevant වෙන විදිහට මේ see 2005 should be mentioned in the bottom line. හරි.
Okay.
Okay, so likewise, you can draw the multiple bar chart. That part is done. So then the next one is the component bar diagram. For the component bar diagram, what does that means? Most suitable in presenting the differences between the total of each group, present the following data in a component bar chart. So most suitable in presenting the differences between the total each group, that is what? Present the following data in a component bar chart. So here we have the programs. We have male, female total and the diploma and degrees. For the component bar diagrams, we normally check these component bar diagrams to show these differences. How we show these ones? See, if that is the component bar diagram, that means then we are drawing about the males and the females. See, male component is like this and female component is like this. So male component the number of students will be here. I can a diploma karna students like a count would be here. The degree student count would be here. And for the female in blue color we have the diploma students, and the orange color thing is we have the degree students. Likewise, we can have the component bar charts for the same scenario. Then කලින් කරපු එකටත් අතරම for the multiple bar chart also we can have it. We can have this also as a component bar chart. Is it clear? Because here we have used separate bars, multiple bars, but in here we have used the same bar chart with these two separate stumps or the sections. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, හැබැයි මෙතනදී you should remember හොඳේ මේ ඉවර වෙන තැන ඉඳන් පටන් ගන්න. So the total එකෙන් මේ ටික subtract කරලා එන ටික තමයි you have to show with the orange color part. මෙතන you have to calculate the male diploma count and draw it. එතකොට you have to properly mention those stuffs. And then here we have the pie charts. So pie chart, we normally draw these pie charts, sketch these pie charts for qualitative data. That means not for the quantitative ones. That is for the qualitative ones. See, for example, items kattahama, here we have food, clothing, house rents. These are actually descriptive charts. Okay, so pie chart, the following table gives the monthly expenditures of a family. It can be represented by means of a pie diagram. So now this is a kind of a very helpful and good method to show categorical variables. Okay, categorical variables with quality. So what are the items? We have food, clothing, house rent, education, fuel and others. And the expenditures also they have given. And then when we draw this pie diagram, we have to calculate the relevant degree amount. No, how can the portion, whatever this part should mention. So ekanisa, how do we calculate this degree measurement? Okay, first tell me that in pie chart, how do we calculate this degree measurement? What do you think? Do you know that?
The relevant amount divided by the total into 360.
Right. The relevant amount, that means 1050, should divided by the total expenditures into 360, because if we consider this as the center එක වටේ we have 360 degrees. So එතකොට out of this 360, we will be calculating what portion, what degree portion is for food, what degree portion is for clothing, what degree portion is for house rents, and what degree portion is for education. Likewise, we should calculate like this. So the pie chart also you can read and draw, right? Whatever the given pie chart, you can read it carefully. And also, if they given us the pie charts, we can calculate the frequencies, numbers, counts, those ones as well. So for the scatter plot, now we have most suitable in identify the, okay, scatter plot. Have you seen the scatter plots? Where we use these scatter plots?
Yeah.
Where we use these scatter plots? What do you think? So normally for the scatter plots, we use these scatter plots to present or describe two quantitative variables. Okay, but in pie chart, we normally represent qualitative variables. Okay, qualitative variables with the frequencies or the counts. But in here for the scatter plots, why we use these scatter plots? Where we use these scatter plots? It is to describe two quantitative variables. See, for example, as they have given, most suitable in identify the relationship between two variables. These two variables, most of the time, it should be quantitative variables. Illustrate the relationships between sales and the two other variables using scatter plots. See, we have month data here, and we have the amounts in rupees, that is from thousands, and we have the scale values, as well as we have the commissions, as well as the cost of, we have the cost of outdated stocks as well. Now, how we gonna draw these ones? How we gonna draw these ones in a scatter plot? What do you think? Tell me. What are the steps we need to follow? What are the steps we need to follow? So anyway, it should be with two variables, no? So at a time, we can compare two variables. Maybe for the first time, we can compare sales value, and the commissions, or else then the commissions and the cost of outdated stocks, or else the sales values and the cost of outdated stocks as well. Likewise, we can compare these two. We can compare these ones separately. We can compare these ones again 2 by 2 separately and draw these. See, the first one is by commission. If it's by commission now, what do we have? Commissions in x-axis, and for the sales values will be in y-axis. So you can find out the value here. If it's in
Means
sales by out, yeah.
Should we draw it in two separate graphs?
Two separates, yes. So I can at a scatter plot, we can only compare two variables now. So in this case, we have used only sales values and the commissions. So the second one, we have used only the outdated stocks and the again what sales values. So first chart is by commission, and the second chart is sales by the outdated stocks. So we have to draw two scatter plots. Anyway, we will be representing the sales values. First one is by commission. The second part is by cost of outdated stocks. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Then we have the linear graphs. For the linear graph, now we have most suitable in representing changes of a variable, which changes over time. So linear graph now, we normally represent it with the changes of the time. එතකොට time may be from 2004 to, as they have represented here, 2004 to 2018, and the counts will be here for the line chart. Chart 1, retail prices of these like this, we can draw the linear graphs. Now the most important thing, histograms, because you may have get some calculations, or you may have get some questions also about these histograms. So what do we have for these ones if it's histograms now? So histograms now, graphical representation of grouped frequency distributions. So in histograms, we can represent grouped data as well as ungrouped data. Both data we can use. But in here, the first example, it shows the group data. Why we said so? Why we said so? Here we have group data here. What is the reason?
Group frequency distribution.
Yes, actually here we have the class intervals no. අපි මේවට කියන්නේ we normally tell them as class intervals. They have given a range, right? Kind of a period. 145 to 150 we have 2. 150 to 155 we have 5. 150 to 155 we have සමිත සර්ට ලෙක්චර් එකක් නේද? සමිත සර්ට එකතුන ලෙක්චර් එකක් ගන්න සර් නෑ නේද? So here we have the histogram. So here we have the histogram. So they have given the graphical representations, no? Graphical representation of the grouped frequency distributions. No? 145 to 150 means they have given us a range, a period. So in between these values, we have two quantities. 150 to 155, we have 5. 155 to 160, we have 9. Likewise, Methana, we don't have a raw data. We have kind of a, what would I say? We have kind of a range or period, small interval. Okay. So then we can have the, so we can draw this as a histogram. So the class intervals will be like this, and the class intervals will be like this, and the frequencies also we can represent like this. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
140 to 100, 145 to 150, 150 to 155 likewise. Okay. Then, but here now, you just check, you can see that 145 to 150. In this point, we are ending 150 now. Okay. 150, and for the second class interval, it's also, for the second class interval, it's also starting with 150, right? And ending up at 155. See, there's no gap in between the upper boundary of the previous class interval and the lower boundary of the previous, lower boundary of the current class interval. Here we stopped from 150, and the below line started from 150 as well. Okay.
Miss, then how do we find the boundaries?
Sorry?
Then how do we find the boundaries?
Now, see, now there's no any gaps, no. But in this case, you can see, but in this case, you can see 67 to 78. Here we have started from 78, but they have started with 79. Hello? Good afternoon.